Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, how's it going in DC?
It's pretty good. We're hitting some bands of rain, but nothing too bad. I know Atlanta got it kind of hard, but I don't know how y'all ended up.
Yeah, it wasn't bad in my area at all. It was funny because my dad and my brother and everybody was kind of freaked out, Friday morning trying to check on me. I was asleep, but but no, thankfully we weren't hit, but there were definitely some areas that were. So, prayers to everyone. Well, I'll let you
Yeah.
all take away with movie reviews.
Sure thing. So I saw this weekend a new, I guess it was released in the theaters for a little bit, but it's on Netflix now called Will and Harper. And it's a documentary that follows Will Ferrell with one of his oldest friends that he's known for 30 years, who goes by Harper now. And it's a person who, in their 60s, let Will and a lot of friends at SNL, because this person was a writer at SNL, know that they were transitioning and they were transitioning from a man to a woman. And so Will decides to go and meet her in New York and do a road trip because Harper used to like going to like dive bars and really just going to all these kind of places all over the country. And he said, let's go and let's take you across the country and go to places you used to love and the America you used to love. And so it follows their path along a couple of weeks or so across America, and they go to like a Pacers game. They go to the bar in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, and places like that, and just you know understand each other because Harper's now transitioning, and also just understand how the world works now and how they would accept someone, especially in their late 60s or early 60s, doing this. I thought it was really good, well done film. There's a lot of good moments there, like emotional moments where there's a scene where they're in the middle of obviously Trump country. There's like a rebel flag and a Trump flag at this bar, and it's to see the reactions and see how people interact with Harper and Will Ferrell. Having Will Ferrell there helps. Obviously, he's really funny, and there are some funny moments in the movie too. But yeah, it really does kind of give you that mindset and that mentality and the journey they go along the way from the East Coast to the West Coast. And yeah, it's really a good story. Friendship, identity, how people feel and things like that. So I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. I didn't even know anything about this. Apparently, it premiered at Sundance earlier this year, but definitely enjoyed it. So highly recommend. Um, and then the only other thing is Penguin episode 2. Things are getting good. If you haven't seen the series yet, watch it. If you like The Sopranos, I will warn people with the Penguin. This is not like a DC movie in the sense you're going to see Batman or a lot of that stuff every episode. This is really about kind of the criminal underworld of Gotham in the non superhero sense. But yeah, Penguin keeps impressing, so I've been enjoying that as well.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna do spoilers. I didn't want to hear. I
No, no,
didn't
no,
see
no.
it
I'm
yet.
not. Yeah, I'm going to keep spoilers out of the TV shows, at least for a few episodes, so people can catch up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw two films. The first film is called Apartment 7A. Um, I was just looking for something horror. I didn't know what it was that I was walking into. Apartment 7A is streaming on, what is that? Paramount. Stars Julia Garner. You know Julia Garner if you watched Ozark. She is the curly Sue blonde head with the sassy mouth. And legendary actress Diane Weiss. And it's a psychological thriller, which I found out to be, I didn't find out till maybe midway through the movie when I realized it is a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. And it basically has the same premise of um, a couple finding an artist and bargaining with the artist basically to sell their soul by allowing them to um, help them along in life. But of course, the helping along in life is to facilitate bringing a child into the world, which would be the child of, I'm gonna say, as Dana Carvey used to say, Satan. And it was pretty interesting of how, so I'll say this. I'm a huge Rosemary's Baby fan, just simply because it's a psychological thriller and it had its way of chilling you without actually scaring you. And there were elements in there, like one of the characters' name is Dr. Saperstein. I've never heard any other character in any other movie with that name, so it stood out to me. So when they mentioned Dr. Saperstein, I said, well, wait a minute, ho, this is Rosemary Baby territory. And then I started paying attention to the other names. And once I paid attention to more detail, Diane Wiest, being the consummate actress that she is, was basically parroting Ruth Gordon, who played her character in Rosemary's Baby. And anyone that knows movies that knows who Ruth Gordon is, Ruth Gordon had a way of talking that was just her regular voice. She had a way where she sounded very Jewish, very Brooklyn, very New York, very um warbly. She had a warbly tone to her. And Diane Wiest basically picked that up and delivered it into the movie. And then once I really realized what was going on, it made the movie even more, more fantastic to me. And then at the end, that's when you really get it. It was really good and it's really interesting. And it put more, to me, it put more poignance on the actual Rosemary's Baby movie. So hopefully they will continue with this story in another facet because I like what they're doing. If they're going to continue to do it the way that they've been doing it, they could have a string of really great hits. The second
Nice.
movie is a brand new movie called Wolves. It is on Apple TV and it stars Brad Pitt and George Clooney and Amy Ryan. How can you not like a Brad Pitt George Clooney movie? They're both producing it, and it's basically about two cleaners, and cleaners meaning crime scene cleaners, illegal crime scene cleaners, who are hired by two different people to work the same job. If you know anything about cleaners, if you've seen anything in other movies about cleaners, cleaners have to be very private, very discreet. No one's supposed to know who they are. They have to move stealthily. But this situation turns awry quickly. And it's a crime, murder, action, comedy. Brad Pitt and George Clooney deliver as only they could, and the scenes that they have together are hilarious. And some of the antics that happen in the movie, I found myself jumping up and saying, "Oh no!" and then busting out laughing in certain scenes. So it's very grab you by the throat in a great way. Definitely check it out. It's on Apple TV. That's
Nice.
it for me.
I just started watching the Menendez series on
Oh
Netflix.
boy. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I haven't finished. I think I watched 2 episodes, but so far so good. I definitely see what you mean, like in terms of them going back and recreating those how life
Yeah. And one thing that I have to
was
add
back then.
about,
So
I want
yeah,
to give
that was
Ryan
definitely
Murphy
good.
his
But
props.
anything coming down the pipeline?
I wanted to give Ryan Murphy his props on how he delivers a show, especially when he does period pieces. Because if you,
Yeah,
like I said, if you go look at the documentaries and you look at what he's delivering, you'll see that he's down to very specific details of what he puts in his film. So I love artists like that that actually pay attention and deliver excellence.
that mom was wrong when she snatched.
I guess I don't know which part he's talking about, but there's one part where the mom did something hilarious, and I don't want to say what it is in case people haven't seen it, but there's a scene in there where the mom is being really cruel to one of the sons, and she does an abrupt move, and it made me jump out my seat because I was like, oh my God, no, she didn't. So
I
yeah,
know. No. Well, listen, guys. Thank you as always for letting us know what to spend our time on.
Thanks. I think Steven's losing his he
I know.
didn't pay his internet bill this week. Steven, oh, now we hear you. Yeah, are you on Verizon? You know, they got the outage going on.
Yes. No. What am I on? Xfinity.
Oh
We'll be back
yeah.
after this.